Story time. Jeez, the calic is really. Yeah, I kept my bangs again too. Anyway, story time. Rights. Taking responsibility for the rights that you have. You know, knowing what your rights are. Okay, I'm a packing mama. Okay, I pack whenever I'm going places and doing things, and I was at a place, and talking to this liberal friend of one of my children's, who's kind of a business associate, and we were visiting, and she was giving me her liberal spill, and I was respectfully listening. Okay, that's what conservatives do. They true Christian conservatives respectfully listen. So anyway, I was respectfully listening to her with my peace between us. She had no idea. Okay, and we're standing there just visiting, and she's telling me about how she wants more laws regarding these things. And because at her home had received a very small hole in it at one point because her neighbor was irresponsible, and his went off and it caused a hole in her house. And I looked her in the eye and I said, "Did you call it in?" And she's like, well, no. I'm like, there are laws against what he did. Well, he's a friend of ours and he's a dentist and I'm like, if you're not willing to help enforce the laws that are already in place, then what makes you think more laws are going to help? And I said it nicer than this, okay? But she, it caught her off guard to think that it is her responsibility when there is a law in place and she has a right to not have holes in her house from her neighbor who's being irresponsible. She's not taking the responsibility of that right that she has. And she's trying to sit here and tell me that I should not have the right to be able to have what I had that she had no idea I had with me, that I could have protected the both of us, if need be, with, and I was not hurting anybody, and I was being responsible and not putting holes in other people's things. Something to think about, just something to think about, is there are a lot of rights on the books. And if you have the right for this, then you also have a responsibility. So if you're going to use your right to free speech, then you have a responsibility with that. There have been times that I have shared things that were untrue, and I will go back and I will say, hey, I did not get all of the facts on that, or I was given the wrong facts on that, and correct it. That's what you do in the newspaper. You make corrections. Okay? That's what is supposed to be done, is you make corrections, you apologize when you need to, and you take responsibility. Differences of opinion are very much that, differences of opinion. But we should be respectful and responsible with what we are doing and saying. Okay? If you want to keep the rights that you have, then you need to be responsible about it. And that's kind of the problem today, is nobody wants to be responsible. They want everything handed to them, given to them, and they don't want to take any responsibility. And I've had this is not just a this way, that way, right, left, religious, not religious thing. This is absolutely, I had a preacher one time tell me, I want to know exactly what you're teaching these children, but I want absolutely no responsibility for this class. He said that. And all I was doing was helping them learn to research the Bible for themselves. Needless to say, we got kicked out of that church pretty soon. But yeah, this isn't a right-left thing. If you still think it's a right-left thing, a red, blue, purple, green, polka dot, whatever thing, you're still in the matrix. If you still think that this is a one side or another thing, then you are still in the matrix. Period, end of story. You are still asleep. You are still following. You are not leading. You are not taking responsibility. So once you can get out of that place, then, leave a comment. If you want to leave a comment before that and tell me, because everybody who leaves a comment who's still very firmly in the matrix has got to tell me two things. One, how stupid they think I am, and two, how ugly they think I am. So, have fun.